Partnered by Times Influence.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Dun & Bradstreet India, this is Romita welcoming you to the PSU Awards 2017. As things go on in Dun & Bradstreet Award evenings, tradition demands that the tone and texture of the evening be defined by the Managing Director of Dun & Bradstreet India, Mr. Manish Sinha. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the visionary himself, Mr. Manish Sinha, the Managing Director, Dun & Bradstreet India.
Thanks, Romita. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you very much for being here. Whilst we do several awards, in some respects, the PSU Awards are particularly special for Dun & Bradstreet. The first theme that we like to talk of is what we call the silent, unsung heroes of development. Public sector undertakings create a platform that no other sector can even hope to compete with. If you look at employment creation, you look at nation building, you take a look at the amount of contribution made to the exchequer. The second theme we talk about is last mile connectivity. So that's the second theme. The third theme that we like to probe into is what we call the capacity to make large investments. So, as Dun & Bradstreet, we would like to say that public sector undertakings have been and will continue to witness significant developments. Privatization will continue. The demand for improved efficiency will continue. In the face of all of that, we feel and we hope that public sector undertakings will continue to serve the country and the communities like you have been doing. I hope you enjoy the evening. Before I step away from the dais, let me thank you once again for giving us your valuable time, and I hope you enjoy the evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sinha. To address us next, the very gentleman, Mr. Sinha, has succeeded as the helm of Dun & Bradstreet India. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the former President and Managing Director, now the Chief Business Advisor, Dun & Bradstreet India, Mr. Kaushal Sampath.
It is with great pleasure that I join Manish in welcoming all of you here today for the launch of the 4th edition of the Dun & Bradstreet PSU Awards, dedicated to the leading PSUs of the country. Since the previous edition of the PSU Awards in 2016, we have seen the NDA government continuing to stay on the very difficult path of fiscal consolidation. We have also been witness to 2 major moves aimed at streamlining the economy and setting it up for long-term success: demonetization and the introduction of the goods and services tax. It is evident that the NDA government has not shied away from taking difficult decisions when it comes to the economy. This augurs well for the country, and this optimism is actually reflected in the Bombay Stock Exchange Sensex and the Nifty, which hit an all-time high. Since this is the 10th edition of India's top PSUs, we felt it would be the perfect opportunity to be data-inspired, as Manish said, and to analyze the financial performance of the PSUs over the period of a decade. That is from financial year 2006, when we first published it, to financial year 16, which the latest edition covers. Looking forward to the decade ahead, ladies and gentlemen, it is not possible for India to grow its economy at its aspirational double-digit rate without a corresponding acceleration in the trajectory of the public sector. I am confident that this will be achieved given the political will that the NDA government has exhibited thus far. On this positive note, I would like to end my speech and congratulate all the winners of tonight's awards. I would also like to express my personal gratitude to the entire PSU fraternity for its continued contribution to the cause of nation building. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mr. Sampath. I now have the pleasure to welcome Mr. Stefan Michelin, CEO, Sodexo Benefits and Reward Services India. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with a huge round of applause Mr. Stephen Michelin.
PSU constitute the backbone to enable greater economic activity, and which guarantee also, we hear that from others, the social purpose, and this is very important, the necessary infrastructure, and also the control of certain strategic assets for the nation. Growth managed by the private sector, but we can see that PSU has a great, great impact and is also capable to compete on that. The PSU has a very key national contribution and is key to success. And I will say also that regardless the sector, regardless the geography, it can be in India, it can be in Mexico, it can be in France, there is something that we don't have to forget also, is that all that success is done by women and men. Okay, and the human factor is extremely important, and this is constitute the main driver for private or for PSU sector. And I would like just to conclude on one note to say that our company, our group, is committed every day in India with PSU, with private sector, to make sure that we can support you in managing these human resources policies. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Michelin. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce our next speaker for the evening, Shri V.K. Sharma. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause for Shri V.K. Sharma.
It is said that behind the success of a man, there is a woman. That's what people say. In India, I say behind the success of any private sector, there is a public sector. Wherever you go, whichever area, I mean, you dig deep into it and you will find that that private sector has been created by public sector only. Either by investment, or by direct participation, or by indirect participation. But friends, certainly there is no harm in accepting that the temperate ecosystems are more efficient because they are single tree ecosystem. Luckily, I have been in Life Insurance Corporation of India. Friends, I need not introduce LIC because LIC is in the heart and pocket of almost everyone. Today, we say with pride that we are the largest life insurer in number of coverage in the world. The Dun & Bradstreet is collecting people who have knowledge, collecting people who are positive, who are trying to find a solution to the emerging India. And I am sure with the vision of our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, and backbone behind him of public sector, we will translate each and every dream of our Prime Minister. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, Shri Sharma. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to introduce to you Shri Neeraj Gupta, IAS Secretary, Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shri Neeraj Kumar Gupta.
Dun & Bradstreet always claim to be the very ethical data managers. So CPSUs are the most ethical nation builders. That we can say with a lot of confidence. I'll not get into the figures of how much is the capital employed, how much is the return on investment. I can tell you very small things. If we see a CPSE index, it is giving you very good returns. CPSE ETF had been giving you returns better than Nifty and Sensex in the recent past. Our LIC, who had been investing constantly and supporting government divestment programs, had been making reasonably good money out of the growth story of CPSEs. CPSEs have been contributing to growth of the country. And let me say that the capex is still driven by CPSEs in the economy. Other people do follow the trends which are set by CPSEs. None of the private sector has policies on dividend, capital management, explicitly defined in any of their disclosures. It is the PSU sectors where the whole policy of capital management, capital restructuring has been given as a matter of policy circular and guidance in May 2016. The idea is to really exploit the most in the economic potential which you have, which we have not been able to exploit today, so that you contribute much higher to the economic activity and nation building. Thank you.
The Dun & Bradstreet's PSU Awards honors the leading PSU companies across various categories for business excellence. The awards were based on Dun & Bradstreet's publication, India's Top PSUs, which was showcased at a gala event that was attended by the captains and opinion makers of the industry.
The stage is then set for honoring the ones who finished ahead of the rest. To preside over the entire award ceremony, I invite to the presentation spotlight the guest of honor, Shri Neeraj Gupta and Mr. Manish Sinha, Managing Director, Dun & Bradstreet, India. Our first category tonight is in manufacturing, oil, refining, and marketing. And by virtue of being the best in manufacturing, oil refining, and marketing, the winner is Indian Oil Corporation. Mining crude oil is the next category, and Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited pulled out all stops on the fast track of success to finish as a winner. Moving on to our next category, which is mining, other minerals and metals, and winner for this category is NMDC Limited. Here's something that would pique a lot of interest, and it's banks. And the award goes to State Bank of India. I would now like to call upon Mr. Stefan Michelin, CEO, Sodexo Benefits and Rewards India, to join us for the next set of awards. Well, life insurance is the next category. Okay, and the winner is Life Insurance Corporation of India. The next category is in the category of non-life insurance. The New India Assurance Company Limited finished ahead of the rest. The next award is in the category of reinsurance. Undoubtedly, the winner is General Insurance Corporation of India Limited. Thank you, Mr. Stephen Michelin, for joining us at the felicitation ceremony. We now move on to our next set of awards. Such an electrifying atmosphere on the award night. And if you haven't felt it yet, here's all 10,000 volts coming to you as I announce the next category, which is electricity and power transmission. The winner is Power Grid Corporation of India Limited. Manufacturing, gas, processing, transmission and marketing is the next category to go up in light, and the winner is GAIL India. I would now like to call upon Shri V.K. Sharma, Chairman, LIC of India, to join us in the stage for the next set of awards. So our next segment is into services. And staying with services, it's transport service that grabs our attention next. It's all rolled out perfectly for Container Corporation of India Limited. Our next category is Category Services, Contract and Construction Services, and it is the winner of Rail Vikas Nigam Limited. Please put your hands together. Now we will honor excellence in the category of services of industrial development and technology, consultancy service, and the award goes to Rights Limited. Thank you, Shri Sharma, for joining us for the felicitation ceremony. Manufacturing, medium and light engineering, it is that undergoing the microscope next. Finishing ahead of competition is Bharat Electronics Limited. Our next category is into electricity power generation, and the winner for this category is NTPC Limited. The next in the transportation category is Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, winning the category for transportation equipment. And now we move to the final leg of the award ceremony, and I'm sure everyone must be really keen to know who is the winner in the categories of Miniratna, Maharatna, and the Navratna. May I now call on stage Shri V.K. Sharma and Mr. Stefan Michelin to join us. The winner in the category of Best Miniratna is Mahanadi Coalfields Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to Mr. A.K. Jha, Chairman and Managing Director. We are looking at the coveted title for the Best Navratna, and the award goes to Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited. The winner for the category of Best Maharatna. Yes, it is. Holding the trophy high second time tonight, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited. And that completes the categories for 2017 Dun & Bradstreet PSU Awards. Let me thank all our partners and at the same time collectively congratulate tonight's winners. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a lovely evening. To raise the vote of thanks, may I now call the backbone behind tonight's Glitters and Glimpse. It's Ms. Preeta Mishra, Director, Learning and Economic Insights Group, Dun & Bradstreet, India.
It's indeed heartening to listen to the belief, the strong belief that everyone has on the PSU sector, the true nation builders. In fact, India or Bharat wouldn't have been what it is if it was not for the contribution of the PSUs. I would also like to thank Sri Neeraj Gupta. In fact, it's been an absolute privilege for all of us to hear his views on the government's plan for on the PSUs to enable them to become more competitive and efficient, and reiterating the fact that the government is not exiting PSUs, the CPSUs, but helping them in the path of growth. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all the participants who are here with us today, and my heartiest congratulations to the winners of the PSU Awards 2017 and all the companies that are featured in India's Top PSUs 2017.
Partnered by Times Influence.